Hey everybody, and welcome back to Sports Central. For those of you just joining us, I'm Mark Jackson. To my right, to your left on your radio, TV dial that is, Mr. Neil Duncan. Sniffles.
Sniffles. We'll go with Sniffles. A little bit of a cold here, but I'm working through it. This segment brought to us by Contempo Vacation Homes, a new partner with Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing, and we'd like to thank them for their partnership.
Absolutely. You can breathe that way if you want to.
No, I just well, we got a great guest coming up in this next, a couple of great guests.
I was going to say, too.
What's that?
I said we have two great guests.
We do, and it's something that was exciting. It was a new product to Polk County last year, and they're back this year, and we couldn't be any happier about it, the Lakeland Raiders, and we got some fantastic guests here with...
I had a blast last year, absolute blast. You're right down there with arena football. You're right down there, next to the boards. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they come in your lap. Sometimes they go smashing into the boards.
Sometimes you got a duck. There's a football will go whizzing by your head.
Yep, and it's a great season last year. With us, Michael Mink and Tanye Jette.
Jette.
Did I do that? Did I do that right?
Jette.
Jette. Okay, you're French.
Yeah, a little.
Okay.
Mainly my last name.
Yeah, at least 50%, right?
Well, welcome to the show, and Coach, a great inaugural season last year. Couldn't quite get past that Florida Tarpons team, but you got that remedy this year, right?
Yeah, most definitely. It's tough to beat a league-owned team. Sometimes. We definitely. Last year losing our quarterback. When we were 4-1. Our starting QB, there's not much left out in the wire after that. It made it tough. So we struggled the second half of the year. We led the league in rushing, and we just couldn't get past one club, But but this year we're going to get past them.
Absolutely. Off-season changes. What are we going to see out on the floor this year?
Well, last year we were actually number one in the league in game day operations. Had the best game day environment, like you touched on that a little bit in our conversation.
Yeah.
We really went hard after our staff, delegating. Last year I had too many hats on, so we were able to, to delegate the business side. We have a lot of interns, like Tanye from Florida Southern, that are on board this year, in different aspects, communications, public relations, marketing, advertising. So we've really beefed up our staff. And then also with the football side, Fede Hazafefa, my GM on football operations, has done a tremendous job for me to make decisions on our team this year with camp coming up here on the 16th.
Camp's coming up on the 16th. First game is?
For our first game on the road, we played in Georgia on March 4th, on I think a Monday night.
Is it the same team?
No, new team.
This is a new team.
In Dalton, Georgia.
Georgia Rampage, right?
Yeah, yeah. And there'll be a good ball club. It'll be a good test on the road first game. But then we come back on March 9th, and that's our opening night against Sarasota. So, hey, we get our first taste of Florida to get that W against the Florida team.
Yeah, but you've got a special promotion that you just announced for that first home game that deals with kids and a project that's near and dear to your heart. Tell us a little bit about that and what fans are going to be expecting that night.
Yeah, I'm big on domestic violence against children. I'm on the board, and I actually got voted Champions of Children, and on the board. And one thing when these kids are, when they're brought in, that I've witnessed is that, the thing that makes them comfortable is when they're getting medically examined is to get either a blanket or a stuffed animal. So we're going to offer promotion to all kids. Bring in, I know kids have tons of stuffed animals,
right,
and their moms and dads are always saying, you got too many stuffed animals,
Right.
Yeah.
I do that with my daughters, I've got 3 bags in my car right now we're delivering today. If you bring in a stuffed animal, the kid gets in free.
Okay.
And then also the adult who purchased a ticket with that kid, we're going to donate $1 to Polk Education, and also $1 to the Children's Home Society.
That's fantastic. And again, that is the first home game, which is March 9th, there at the Lakeland Center against the Sarasota Thunder, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then not a bad seat in the house. I mean, there are some, you get right down there, and some of the corporate, you still doing the corporate boxes and all that this year?
The corporate boxes, we actually only have 7 left. So
wow.
If you want a box, I mean, they're going like hotcakes in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, because you get food delivered still this year and drinks and all that type of thing?
We're going to have, all the staff is going to be in actual Raider wear, so all the personnel out there instead of Lakeland Center wear. We're going to have a social deck this year, which is new. So it'll start at 5:30, 2 hours before the game. Be a live band going on. Bernie Little distributing, sponsoring the deck.
I know where he's going to be.
Yeah, so and I think they're going to have a band where you pay like $15 and it's all the food and drink you can eat, and while you're there, and it'll be a pregame thing. Doors open at 6. Then for the box holders this year, with the Johnson Company and Sperry and Staffen, who's going to be the VIP title host, and we're going to have a VIP room, and in there we're going to have some free drinks for the box holders, for some free samples of food, plus some pre-ordering menu stuff, and a nice little area to conduct business with a client.
Fantastic.
Tanye,
that's what I was going to do.
You obviously Florida Southern is near and dear to our heart, and probably has the best one of the best internship programs, in Central Florida. Okay, going to school, you have an opportunity now to intern, to work with a professional football team. What is that like?
It's amazing. I never thought that advertising, I could get into an internship that had to do with like a football team or a sports team. So it opened up like a whole world of possibilities, and I mean, I'm enjoying it. Like, the people I work with are great, and the team is great.
Well, there's a gentleman that part of the Polk Senior Games crew that are coming up next. Couldn't make it today. Dwayne Hopkins, fantastic marketing professor over at Florida Southern. He's retired now, but you had an opportunity to meet a real marketing guru, academically and practically as well. But they have a great staff over there at Florida Southern.
Oh yeah, the teachers are great over there.
Yeah, super stuff.
Yep, they help you a lot.
Michael, the new this year, Raiders for Kids Youth Football.
Oh yeah, and I'm excited about that one. I mean, last night we had a coaches meeting. I had 42 coaches show up wanting to learn arena football from that program. We partnered with the Polk County Youth Football League, so we're going to have 12 teams, but we're going to have 3 divisions. We have from 8 to 16 years old. So it'll be 228 players total in the league, 19-man rosters. We have Polk City in the league, Arbondale, Bartow, and Lake Gibson. So
really,
so
you're getting spread out all over the place. That's awesome.
It's great. The families, be there. We start at 8 a.m. On Saturday. You'll see me down there DJing and PAing for a couple hours.
Putting on one of those many hats that you wear. Yeah.
I mean, are you playing in the arena?
Huh?
Are you actually playing?
Yeah,
in the
they play before us
on the field.
They play us before us. Our rules.
Home games.
We specialize the rules. Like, we had a coach meeting for 3 hours last night at Lakeland Center. I had 42 coaches there. We had game plans going over. They start practice this week. In the first weekend, they had over 100 kids sign up in the first announcement, and we're going to have, First Friday, this coming Friday, is Lakeland Raiders present Central Florida Sports. So we're sponsoring First Friday. So we'll have all our players and dancers downtown. The youth teams will have signs down there, because we've got a lot of emails from families that their kids want to play football during the spring. They might not be a baseball player or a basketball player. But it's an opportunity to also enhance their skills with passing, because it opens up the field a little more. And versus if you watch a lot of youth games, it's pound the football or running, you know what I mean? Well, this might help develop this quarterback skills and receiver skills a little bit more to give them an advantage in the fall.
Well, I'm very excited about it. I know you and I talked about it. We're working on it last year, and because of the timing, there wasn't enough time to get everything going, but excited to see that this year at the Lakeland Center. And then they also get a ticket into that night's game, correct?
Yeah,
Is that part of the deal?
The kids get season tickets.
Yeah.
The kids get a shirt, Raiders for Kids shirt, that they can wear around school and show that they're help promote our team. And they get to meet the players. We go to their practices. Each one of the coaches have been assigned to a team. So we'll attend practices, and our players will get out there and help mentor these kids. And we've already done that with Lake Gibson, team. So it's going to be good for our players as well as our coaching staff, and all of our fans.
That's great stuff. Returning player, familiar faces this year that are coming back.
It's it's going to be a tough roster. Fetty's made it tough for me, to even make choices right now. We have that fan day on the 9th. We're going to have a practice. We did it last week, or another tryout camp. It's wide open right now. I mean, Kendrick Stewart, on a D line, is a solid staple. Manir Manake, Manakil, the D tackle, the nose guard. He was all league last year.
Well, let me stop you. Kendrick was from Lakeland.
Yeah, from Lakeland.
Went up to Florida State and played, and came back and played in his hometown arena. So that's cool. A neat story.
Yeah, and in that type of story, because right now, I don't know if you know, we shot a TV pilot. I came up with an idea. I've had a couple movie offers I turned down. My story with my mother, and me owning the league and now owning the Raiders. Kendrick Stewart's a perfect storyline because he gets up at 4 in the morning, goes to the gym. He's at Publix all day stocking shelves. Then he volunteers at JV coach at Lakeland, where his alma mater was, and then he's out at our practice. You know what I mean? So we don't have a guy like an Ocho Cinco that slaps his wife and gets in a Ferrari and supposed to feel sorry for him. You know what I mean? These guys.
What's that country song?
We get these guys' dream starts here because and their dreams end here, unfortunately. Yeah. And we sent 3 players to NFL camps last year. I don't know if you know that. Mm-hmm. The Dolphins, Jags, and the Chargers. Mm-hmm. So from the Raiders.
Well, Tanye, with your story or with his story and the way the whole organization started, it's got to be easy on the PR side to have content to put out there. What are you guys working on as we head into the next season?
Well, we're working on trying to get the team more involved with Florida Southern and some of the surrounding colleges, but trying to get the students to go to the games and feel like they're more a part of the team.
Oh, fantastic!
So.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Because my goal, Coach, is really, I was telling her is I want Florida Southern to have a football program, and I want to be their first head coach.
There's an awful lot of schools. Weber really started the trend, and Southeastern and Warner.
Well, the good thing about that is you don't have to recruit very far.
Yeah,
there's a lot of talent in Polk County.
I love to. I'll put it out there right now. I'd give somebody else coaching job at the Raiders, and I want to build Florida Southern's program into a national program.
Well, you heard it here first on Sports Central.
News release,
That's
latest and greatest, here on Sports Central. Well, you've got an interesting schedule coming up. First game, of course, against the Georgia Rampage away game, then the Sarasota Thunder, the Florida Tarpons at home, which is going to be
the Achilles heel for you last year.
Yep, the Miami Sting home. Central Florida Vipers, the Corpus Christi, that's a new team, isn't it?
Yeah, the Texas. They're a good ball club.
Okay.
The Fury.
And Missouri Monsters, out of Missouri, not just a
name. Right outside of St. Louis, I believe St. Charles, Missouri.
Road trip.
Yeah.
So the footprint for this arena league has really grown.
Yeah, we're trying to be in this, the Southwest, and can stay that, it's good football. You know what I mean? Southeastern Conference, our Corpus Christi is our Texas A&M.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's Southeastern Conference football kind of. Lakeland's big Gators.
Yeah.
You got the Gator shirt underneath your jacket right now. And we got some Florida Gators this year that are gonna be announced on the squad in our training camp. So we got guys from a lot of schools, Florida State, Miami, Florida, USF. So we're well represented, and
Well, give us the website and how they get tickets.
Website's www.lakelandraiders.com, and you can call 855-RAIDER-1 for winning number 1 for winning that championship this year.
855-RAIDER-1.
Yeah, Tanya's got some gifts for you guys just to
some
start
sweat
out.
rags.
Some Raider rallies.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
I mean, you guys had some characters up in the stands last year, all dressed up, and it was awesome.
Take a look at that logo. If you've never seen the Raider logo, it's pretty cool, and it's nice to have you guys back here in Lakeland, and we're looking forward to your goal in the first season was to go get that championship, and that Florida Tarpons team got in the way of that, but like Lakeland High School, you're not rebuilding, you're reloading, right?
This year our quarterback position was a tough position. We got B.J. Hall, who was a Toronto Argonauts in the CFL and a great ball player, and we got Chris Hart, that was former Weber and was a Seahawks camp, behind him. So and we got another quarterback out of UAB. So we're loading up at the quarterback position, and DeAndrew Rubin from the Bucks, wide receiver in the Storm. He's going to be coming out because BJ's a friend of his. So we're excited. It's going to be a tough camp, and it's going to be a tough spot to make.
That's awesome. Great entertainment, great family fun, lots to do outside of just watching the game. And that's one of my favorite parts about going to a game. It's family friendly, it's affordable, and it's fun.
Absolutely.
It's great stuff. Well, ladies and first of all, I want to thank you
Yeah.
two for coming out, and best of luck in your internship.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Well,
Florida
we
Southern.
appreciate it. And one last note, just in case you don't know, but last year the big issue was parking was $7, and if you buy a season ticket right now, the Raiders are buying your parking.
Awesome.
That's almost, if a $55 season ticket, parking's $42. So it's $13 for
Season tickets only $55.
$55 for end zone, and we're buying your parking on top of that.
Geez, that's like your
a
lunch
good
bill.
deal.
Yeah. So come on
Wow.
and get us
Okay.
some season tickets.
Michael and Tanya, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.
We're looking forward, and we're going to look forward to the first game. Wow, exciting stuff, everybody.